Then he went, Donald Trump, yeah, Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump, but no more drop box. The drop boxes are just so bad. No more drop boxes. Dickinson, Hologic, and Cephahide. That was about a guy named, a rhino named Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, real beauty. Had to give the American people their voice back by building something called Truth Essential. He voted against Kate's law, and he voted for Obama amnesty. You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? J.D. Mandel, and he's doing great. I've had more investigations than Jesse James, Billy the Could. Some of the world's greatest cricket players, from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli. As the great religious teacher Swami Vivekananda once said. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. And God bless the United States. Thank you very much. He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service. We have to keep our country gay, but it's not, I mean, for some reason, it's just not great anymore. If you care about law and order, look, law and order. In normal times, roughly 40% of fresh vegetables and about 40% China. Nambia's health system is increasingly self-sufficient. This is not about virtue, cycling, and signing. And the great General and President Ulysses S. Grant, he's really come back a long way over the last 10 years, hasn't he? We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias, they delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that sweeping. It was swift and it was sweeping like nobody's ever seen anything happen. Units of plasma for plasma. Donate plasma. In the failing New York Times by an anonymous, really an anonymous, gutless coward. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed, the leading woman's business. No teacher should ever be allowed to teach transgender to our children without parental consent. No. Nobody has to have parental consent, and we will totally oppose the Biden administration. This administration.
He made some statements, rough statements on Jewish. You heard them and you know them well.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your television. It is really 2023, and for the first time in history, a president is being indicted and will face criminal charges. This is all just such great news, such great news.
I was proven even more right than I would have ever imagined, because apparently, is actually indicting my father. So,
great orange leader. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe prayer does work.
This is like communist level shit. 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 This is like communist level shit.
Great orange leader. Dear God. God forbid, Donnie boy. God forbid, Donnie boy. Great orange leader. Dear God. God forbid, Donnie boy. God forbid, Donnie boy.
This is like communist level shit. This is like communist level shit. This is like communist level shit. This is like communist level shit.
You gotta get them on, Pat. You gotta get them on.
Great to be here.
You gotta get them on, Pat. You gotta get them on. Get him on, hit it, on, hit it, on, hit it, get him on, hit it,
No.
hit it,
No.
on, hit it, get him on, hit it, on, hit it, on, hit it, get him on, hit it,
No. No.
on, hit it. For the people that don't know, if you can take a quick moment, you got a massive YouTube channel, you got billions of views online. Your mom supports socialism or no?
No.
You like the fact that US is liked more today?
No.
Think Hillary's good?
Did I say that? No. No.
But you're saying that the middle voter doesn't matter at all?
No. Tangent.
Keep going.
Tangent.
Seriously? Keep going.
Tangent.
Keep going.
Tangent.
Seriously? Keep going. What are you talking about? Keep going.
What are you talking about?
Keep going. What are you talking about? Keep going. What are you talking about? That's insane.
What? Failure. Patrick. Failure. What are you talking about? What? Failure.
That's not it.
Patrick. I think you're missing the picture.
I'm smelling bad. I'm not shaking.
You're not really doing this, are you?
Can I take a sip?
Is that an energy? All right, welcome everybody. President Donald Trump arriving now at the CNN town hall. Now, something weird seems to be going on with this copyright thing. What was the way I'm supposed to get around this? I forgot what it is. It only shows up sometime. It's bizarrely shaped. And what was that issue how did I fix it last time? Now I don't remember. Someone told me that is extraordinarily annoying. Dear God. Whoever it was in the audience, can you remind me what it is I'm supposed to do so that it picks it up correctly? We'll block the ad blocker. Let's see if that was the issue. See if one of my cyber guys was the problem. Man, I don't even know.
Have someone come forth, a woman, and spend 2 days.
No, that wasn't it. We have audio. It was such a simple fix from the other day, and now I don't even remember what it was. Does anybody remember? I need to get a hold of one of Pillow's guys, I think. Was it hardware acceleration? Was that it? I think that was it. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Where was that setting? Can somebody just remind me where that is? So we can get this going? Yeah, but where do I turn off hardware acceleration? It's not in Streamlabs, right? I'm not doing anything through Discord. This is a new thing with CNN. This didn't used to happen on CNN. Chrome settings advanced. Okay, let me deal with that. So we are going settings and hardware acceleration. We're going to turn off. Very good. Let's see. I may have to relaunch is the only thing. We're going to get this working, guys. It's just, you know how there's growing pains, I think is the way we would say it.
On them beautifully this evening.
Okay. So, Kristen, let me just ask you. If what he does is what Hogan's doing, which is make...
I'm going to have to relaunch that. I should actually check my 4-watt setting. I think that's actually the big issue. Hardware accelerate relaunch. Here we go. All right, this is going to be the big moment. Here we go. Extremely powerful moment here for the stream, which is really an incredible.
You know, they'll
we
say
go.
that. But
Okay.
when it feels like it's coming
Let's
from the
listen
outside,
while I adjust the
they feel
shot,
like they have
and then
to
we're going to be
defend
good
it. It's
to go.
almost like
Okay,
an
everybody
antibody
stand by.
response. And so what I'm going to be curious about tonight, and as we move forward, is how do Republicans react when Donald Trump, says the sorts of things he is prone to say that get him into trouble? Do they say this makes him risky? His legal troubles make him risky. Him letting his mouth get the best of him makes him risky. And we can't risk another 4 years of Joe Biden. Or
Excellent.
do they say,
all right,
hey,
everybody, welcome to the program, and thank you so much for joining me. This is an incredible day, Donald Trump will be given, really, it's a gift, right? will be given a town hall event at St. Anselm in New Hampshire. It is the 2024 election. It is happening. Now, I want to remind everybody, as I already said many times, our YouTube rep and our Twitch contact, I guess we would call it, both said, if you stream the event, you're going to get taken down. You may lose streaming privileges. You may get banned. So this is like a pre-show. We're going to go up until this starts at the top of the hour. And I'm telling everybody right now, then we're going to bail because we don't want to get banned. I want to be able to cover this tomorrow, etc. Now, let me address head on, apply directly to the forehead, the criticism that I know some of you are going to make, which is something like, you shouldn't be covering this because it's irresponsible. It gives Trump attention. They're not going to be tough on Trump and all of this stuff. I do a media criticism show, okay? Whether I talk about this event or not, it's happening. Trump's running. He's the leader in the Republican nomination. Blah, 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 all that stuff that follows. Fill in the blank, okay? Me not giving any critical coverage of it is not going to do anything for anybody, okay? I believe that there is a chance that CNN is going to do a completely irresponsible handling of Trump. They're not going to go hard on insurrection. They're not going to go hard on indictment, indicated. They're not going to go hard on the fact that he has been found liable for sexual assault and defamation against E. Jean Carroll and ordered to pay $5 million, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that is something that is the type of thing I cover. And so that's where we are, okay? This may very well be an irresponsible action by CNN. We cover irresponsible actions by media outlets on the show. And therefore, that's why we're talking about. So once again, we will get blocked from every platform if we stream the actual event. So we'll be with you until the top of the hour. Let's hear what's on people's minds. Let's see what people are saying. First of all, super chat via YouTube. Tim Herber sarcastically says, David, sir, 3-time Nobel Peace Prize winner George Santos was arrested today. I have so many tears in my eyes. How could they address such a man? From the party of Law and Auto. How terrible, sir. Yeah, let me get my Law and Auto here. Where is it? Law. I filed that under L. Here it is.
If you care about law and order.
Let's actually talk about George Anthony DeVolder Santos in a moment. First, just real quick, thanks to Joy Kit, Howling Stars, Susie ID, It's Deondon, WTF, Irie Man, Gouda Buddha, Deba, Sam the Sleazebag, Pizza Man, Nasty Questions, Robot Laser Party, Your Billion, Jeremy Ranch for the Twitch Prime subscriptions, immediately bouncing us all the way to 14. Also, a huge thank you to Samuel He, who just signed up on my website, joinpacman.com, using the coupon code INDICT. There are 3 coupon codes available to you today. Indict, indicted, and indicated. Each offers a slightly different discount. Indict, indicted, and indicated. And you can use those at joinpacman.com. Let's look at a completely unhinged press conference, for lack of a better term, that the indicted George Anthony DeVolder Santos held after his court hearing. Now, before we even get to that, see this guy in the blue suit standing over George Anthony DeVolder Santos's right shoulder? I just want to make sure I get this guy's name right. That is Vish Bora. Vish Bora has become a very interesting player in the world of sort of New York politics. He's a completely amoral clown. Really interesting long-form article about him that I recently read. I don't have the details in front of me, but that's Vish Bora, who has become sort of a clinger to George Santos, and I think sees maybe his political future. He's a Saul Goodman type character. Exactly right, Remora. Exactly right. So that's the guy in the blue suit, but we're going to focus on George Anthony here. He says this is a witch hunt. I mean, he's basically going with the Trump playbook. Let's listen.
You guys,
look, this is the beginning of the ability for me to address and defend myself. We have an indictment. We have the information that the government wants to come after me on, and I'm going to comply. I've been complying throughout this entire process. I have no desire not to comply at this point. They've been gracious in there. Now I'm going to have to go and fight to defend myself. The reality is I'm sorry, it's a witch hunt because it makes no.
Dude, they seem to have this guy dead to rights on very serious crimes. The idea that he can get away with just saying it's a witch hunt the way Trump says, it's interesting that he's trying it. I think there's no chance in hell he gets away with that.
Sense that in 4 months, 5 months, I'm indicted. You have Joe Biden's entire family receiving deposits from nine family members.
This is like, the fact that other crimes exist, alleged or real, doesn't excuse the fact that they've got this guy 13 different charges, folks.
Receiving money from foreign destinations into their bank accounts. It's been years of exposing. A lot of you here have reported on them, and yet no investigation is launched into them. I'm going to fight. I'm getting back to that. I'm going to fight my battle. I'm going to deliver. I'm going to fight the witch hunt. I'm going to take care of clearing my name, and I look forward to doing that.
Okay, I don't know that that's necessarily going to happen. Here he was asked if he will resign. He says no.
You should,
Congressman, and again, you will not resign.
I will not resign.
I will not resign. A defiant George Anthony DeVolder Santos will not resign. Here's more of the witch hunt stuff. I believe this is a different clip than the one we just saw.
Fight to defend myself. The reality is it's a witch hunt because it makes no sense that in 4 months, 5 months, I'm indicted. You have Joe Biden's entire family receiving deposits from nine family members receiving money from foreign.
All right. Okay. So we saw that mostly already. This was a great question. Why would George Anthony DeVolder Santos apply for unemployment when he was making 120 grand a year? Like somewhere he's lying, right? Let's listen.
In an orderly fashion, and we'll start right here. Go ahead, Rachel.
Why would you apply for unemployment benefits when you had a job making $120,000 a year?
Rachel, this is part of my defense.
Part of his defense. That's genius. Part of my defense will be showing why I collected unemployment benefits while earning 10 grand a month in a job.
It's inaccurate information.
What you have to understand is I was lying about that job to get elected. I was really unemployed. That's why I was collecting the unemployment. I don't know that that's the explanation, by the way.
And I will get to clear my name on this. During the pandemic, it wasn't very clear. I don't understand where the government's getting their information, but I will present my facts.
There's a sign that says DeVolder defrauds DeVoters. Oh, that is freaking genius. I wasn't even looking at what was happening in the background. There is so much happening. There's 80 microphones in front of the guy. Are some of those prop microphones just to make it look even funnier? DeVolder defrauds DeVoters is great. Lies written in Sharpie. Every detail of this is stunningly done. Stunningly done.
Understand where the government's getting their information, but I will present my facts.
Also, has he been wearing this exact same outfit since the day he was sworn in?
Prosecutors say that you got over $20,000 in unemployment benefits, sir. How is that acceptable?
Ma'am, like I said, my employment was changed during the time. I don't understand where the government's coming from.
He's all very confused. It's all so confusing. Here he claims that he's soon going to be chairman of a committee in a couple of years. Dude, this guy's not getting reelected. This guy will be lucky to make it 1 month. Kevin McCarthy, the Republican Senate Majority Leader, just announced he will not be supporting the reelection of George Santos. Now, you might say, who cares? It's up to the voters in his district. That's true. When your party leader openly says, I don't want this guy reelected, it's not a good situation. Soon to be chairman. Listen to this.
Well, look, the way I look at it, I'll be a chairman of a committee in a couple of years if you just look at the standards of Congress. Look at the Senate.
There you go. He'll be a chairman in a couple of years. He was asked how he's feeling, and he says he's fine, I guess.
I'm feeling, look, It's hard.
Look forward. Yes, thank you.
I'm addressing one of your colleagues here. I don't want to give the back of. So, as usual, Jody, I do my best to be a positive person. Life is already as bad as it gets out there. So I'm fine.
You believe you're innocent.
I believe I'm innocent.
He's totally fine. He stands by his total and complete innocence. This is just unbelievable that this is happening.
You're headed to Washington now.
Yes, I am. I have to go back and vote. Tomorrow we have one of those consequential votes in this Congress, which is a border bill, and I'm very looking forward.
He's pretending like he's a normal congressperson. Listen, okay, I mean, fine. I've been arrested and charged with 13 different horribly depraved crimes, many related to lies I've already told to even get myself elected. Do you realize I have to go and vote tomorrow? We're voting on the border bill. But we've got to deal with it.
Forward to being there to vote on it.
right now.
Well, I'm not going to address just the speaker. I'll address leadership. I appreciate everybody's patience with my presence in Congress. As you know, the media has its ways of doing things, and I respect you guys.
Vish Burra just bailed. Did you see that? He just left.
Maintained good rapport with a lot of you guys. I've spoken with a lot of you guys, and I have the intention to continuing that open door. Some of you who are from the Hill know how to find me. Some of you here from the district don't have a hard time finding me. It's about keeping in line.
All right, so he's asking for patience. And here, I guess he held an American flag as he left. I don't know. There he is. You saw that flag change hands. It's all very weird. His lawyer was asked about this, and his lawyer just seemed exasperated and was like, listen, that press conference, that was his thing. I don't know.
You didn't have too much that you wanted to share at this time. He just talked himself. What do you have to say about how your client is feeling right now?
Hold on a second. Let me just find my car.
He's looking for his car, but hold on with us, Martha. I mean, he had a lot to say in that press conference,
Yeah,
but
that's up to him.
Okay, I know you said you didn't want to try it in the media, but how is he feeling? He looked a little nervous when he was in court today. A lot of serious allegations.
How many times have you been arrested? You think it's a little nerve-wracking? So it's normal. It's normal jitters. It's the normal jitters. Anyone in his position would feel the same way.
How confident are you that you can prove that he is not, that he is innocent?
I'm not going to talk about the case.
He says some of the charges are inaccurate.
All right. So not like the most explosive interview with the lawyer, but the lawyer seems more exasperated than anything else, quite frankly. I want to say a huge thank you to some really great people who are supporting today via Twitch. We absolutely love it. Cortina, Deba, Chunky Strudel, Howling Stars, Lung Fleas, Bevan Denson, Jacory Isms, Jeremy Ranch, your billion. That's 6, putting us at 21. And also a big thank you to Charles Pellins, Brendan Fitzpatrick, and Helen Frater, each signing up at joinpacman.com. If you're just joining us, Donald Trump will be given the gift of a town hall on CNN tonight in front of what I presume will be mostly brown-nosing sycophants of the highest order. If you are, if this is your first stream, we've had more than 50,000, 60,000 new YouTube subscribers over the last couple of months, many of whom may not have seen a stream. This is a live stream, and it is live right now, hence why we call it a live stream, unless you're watching a rerun of this live stream, in which case it is pre-recorded. One of the most important and powerful ways that you can support the work we do is by signing up at joinpacman.com. It's an incredible, incredible thing. We've got a website, and you click buttons and you sign up, and then your name pops up, and then I thank you. And everybody cries. That's really, really the amazing thing. Let's talk a little bit about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. The right is now increasingly attached to, wait, I lost my clip. Where was this clip? It's my Janine Pirro. Here it is. The right is increasingly attached to a story which alleges that Biden received money, I guess improperly, from someone foreign. And as I've said before, I don't have the details. They've been making these allegations for years at this point. I don't think anybody should be protected. I don't think anybody's above the law. If Hunter Biden committed a crime, if Joe Biden committed a crime, if Jill Biden committed a crime, if Barack Obama committed a crime, anybody, investigate fairly, charge if there's evidence, convict if a jury is convinced, right? I don't want to I don't care about these people as far as the cult of personality is concerned. That being said, I wouldn't exactly trust these people to tell us what's going on. Jeanine Pirro lays out multiple lies in trying to explain what's going on. Listen to this.
This is how they do it. What you've got is the hallmarks of corruption, the accounts, the LLCs, the evasion, and the money laundering. The partners come in, collect the foreign money, and then distribute it to an LLC in incremental amounts. Joe Biden is the front man. Hunter Biden is the bag man. Okay? Joe Biden goes into foreign countries lecturing them about anti-corruption, and he is representing the freest, greatest nation on earth and is wrapping himself in the flag of the United States while his son is collecting the money at the back door. This happened in Romania, and this happened in the Ukraine. Joe Biden...
How are they still saying the Ukraine? How is that still happening?
Biden uses his position as a vice president of the United States to tell Ukraine to get the prosecutor off the company where Hunter is a member and making $80,000 a month.
Oh my
or
God.
He's going to withhold our taxpayer money, $1 million.
A billion.
This is an point man in energy and a point man on anti-corruption, and his son is right behind him with the bags. Now, let's talk about... They got George Santos, and I don't care about him one way or the other. In a couple of months, they got him on 13 charges. Hunter Biden, 5.5 years. They can't figure out how to get him on a criminal charge. This is a corrupt family. It's the Biden crime family.
Yeah. Just about everything she said there was a lie. And as Decoding Fox News, which is a great Twitter account, for those of you still on Twitter, and Twitter has become totally disgusting. Victor Shokin was removed because the international community wanted him out because he wasn't investigating corruption. The amount was $1 billion. Jeanine Pirro said it was $1 million. And Shokin was also not investigating Hunter Biden. So many, many lies told there. It's maybe the most dishonest 100 seconds of Fox News we've seen, which says a lot, right? Which says a lot. Okay, let's look at some super chats. Dominic says, sir, any increased troll issues after the strong Bannon mention? No, nobody must be watching that Steve Bannon show because he went after me on, I guess it was Monday. I didn't get any hate mail as a result of it, which is really, really funny. The outbreak of Biden derangement syndrome is putting Trump derangement syndrome to shame. They really are deranged. It's crazy. It really is. Dexy says, how is something Biden supposedly did as VP make him impeachable as president years later? Thanks for all you do. That's only one of the 100 problems with what they're saying. I mean, it's a problem. It's only one. Brittany says, David, since you can't show the actual town hall, could you stream your reaction instead? The problem with streaming my reaction is then everybody would be watching it on slightly different timing. I tried it once. It really doesn't work. So we're going to be here until the town hall starts. CNN will be exerting extremely powerful, oppressive copyright protection over the town hall. Our YouTube rep said, David, don't stream this because you're going to lose streaming privileges. You'll get shut down. Twitch said, don't do it. Facebook said nothing. We have no contacts at Facebook. We never have. It's kind of a whole pathetic other story. But needless to say, we'll be here till the top of the hour. Then I will cover it tomorrow. Okay. Big thank you to Fire Timing. Really appreciate that Twitch Prime subscription. Super powerful Twitch Prime subscription. Also, thanks to Jason Sickmeyer and Lisa Rader for the memberships at joinpacman.com. We have 3 Trump-related coupon codes available today. We have indict, we have indicted, and we have indicated. Pick the one you want and use it at joinpacman.com. It's an exciting day. David, can you steel man the case that Hunter's laptop was actually Major Biden's laptop? Yeah, I mean, listen, the perfect way to hide the crimes of the Biden crime family would be to make the dog
the fall guy. That would be the way to do it. So I actually think it's quite plausible that what is being called Hunter Biden's laptop is actually the German Shepherd, Major Biden's laptop. I think that that's perfectly reasonable. Huge thank you and shout out to S. Prez, who just dumped in, and I do mean dumped in.
Big, massive dumps.
50 subscriptions on Twitch. 50 subscriptions on Twitch. S. Prez remains the top gifter of all time on the channel with 3,736 gifted memberships. Truly incredible. Truly incredible. All right, let's look at a couple of other things here from media. A Michael Flynn cameo. This I want to see.
What I'm known for is standing up, stepping up, and speaking up to save America and to basically fight for our country. And I like to use the phrase "fight like a Flynn." And I'm really excited to be joining and setting up and launching my Cameo profile to offer some personalized videos for anything from a celebration of life, a celebration of a birthday, an anniversary, a wedding.
He's glitching pretty badly. It's interesting. He charges $150. I only charge I think it's $40 on Cameo. I'm probably underpricing if he can get $150. That's pretty freaking compelling stuff. Let's see. Michael Flynn cameo. Some people call it cameo, but that's a story for a different day. Let's see how many of these he's done so far. He has 3 reviews. Okay, that's not that much. Let's see how many reviews. Not everybody leaves a review, but let's see how many reviews I've got. I've got 158 reviews, and I have a highly responsive badge. That's pretty good. I charge $45. Okay, I didn't remember what I charged. I think I'm underselling myself, guys, if Flynn is able to charge that much. All right, we looked at all of the George Anthony DeVolder Santos clips already, so I don't know that we need to do that again. Maybe we'll just go back over and get to a few voicemails and a few different things. Great replacement. Yeah, all right. I'm going to get away from. I think we basically covered most of what we wanted to there as far as that's concerned. Okay. Big thank you to Thomas Walsh for signing up at joinpacman.com. I do appreciate that. Let's listen to a couple of voicemails. Voicemails are just pouring in.
Hi, David. Trump was found guilty of sexually assaulting someone
Wrong. He was found civilly liable. I do think it's important. Actually, let me ask that. People in the chat, is it important that we not say that Trump was found guilty when it was not a criminal trial and he was found liable in a civil suit? For me, that's an incredibly important distinction to make, particularly with sexual assault, because if you're found guilty of sexual assault, depending on state law, you have to register as a sex offender. When you're found civilly liable for sexual assault, the lawyers I spoke to said they're not aware of any state in which you have to register as a sex offender. So it actually seems like it's a pretty important distinction. But needless to say, let's finish up the voicemail.
Of sexually assaulting someone he doesn't know. And his defense is he doesn't know the person he sexually assaulted.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that anybody believes that at this point. Trump claiming I don't even know the woman just doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Voicemails also pouring in about George Anthony DeVolder Santos.
Hey, David. I was wondering why George Santos was brought to Iceland. Is it because he is a public official and it's...
No, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat if anybody knows, I believe that he was brought to Islip for court because the FBI office investigating him is based in Long Island, and thus that was the closest court. Can anybody correct? And I believe these are federal charges, and thus they can be brought in at any court, maybe something along those lines. SGTJ says, do you think Flynn went off the deep end because of his age? Because he had to be somewhat competent to be promoted to general. I really don't know what happened to Michael Flynn. It's really triggering, though, to a lot of people because it is so bizarre. Here's a commentary on the town hall that we are awaiting.
Hi, Dave. Longtime listener. Love your show.
I'm disgusted that CNN has chosen to host the town hall with Trump tonight. I've stopped watching CNN ever since they announced they were going to host that with him. I'm curious to know what their ratings are going to be like tonight and going forward in the future. I don't think they're going to hold him accountable. I think they're going to pose only softball questions and sidestep all the crimes he has committed. I was hoping you would cover it just so I don't have to turn on the channel.
Yeah, unfortunately, CNN will shut us down if we stream it. So we'll go till 8 o'clock and then we'll stop. But here, I actually think there's a more likely scenario. I don't expect CNN to not ask questions related to the indictment, the insurrection, the sexual assault. I think CNN will ask questions, or they will position audience members to ask questions, because remember, it's a town hall. I think the questions will be asked. Trump won't answer them. He'll filibuster in the sort of free association way that he does, and there won't be any serious follow-up. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. We'll see. I could be wrong. I hope that I'm wrong, quite frankly. David, sir, are your Cameo prices as nearly illegal as your discount codes? It seems like it. If Flynn is charging $150, you know. Okay, voicemails continue to come in.
Hi, David. Thank you. That is an important distinction to know, that he's not guilty and therefore there's a different process and he doesn't have to register as a sex offender.
Right.
So what I was getting at when I was saying that this is with someone he didn't know, it's not that he's lying about knowing the person, but that whether he knows the person or not, what he did is bad.
Oh, fair. Yeah. No, but Trump's argument is, when Trump says, I don't even know this person, of course, you could rape someone you don't know, right? I mean, like, my understanding is that most rape is happening actually with people that are known to the offender. But the fact that you don't know her, I mean, like, you could just assault someone on the street that you don't know. It doesn't prove anything. Trump's argument is, when he says I don't know her, he means I've never even been around this woman. I've never met her. I've never seen her. It's Trump's defense in that sense. You have to understand Trump speak in order to sort of really get it. More voicemails coming in about the town hall.
Hey, hello, sir. I think it's very important that we prepare for this town hall by flushing our toilet 10 times, 15 times, because there are going to be big, massive dumps of bull crap out of his mouth tonight. Anyway,
I agree.
That's all I'm saying. Goodbye.
I very much agree with that. Very, very much agree with that. I want to say thank you to our friend from Tokyo, Kyoko Awaya, who just gifted 3 more subscriptions. Also, thanks to Bradley Simmons for signing up at joinpacman.com. Folks, I have free memberships available at davidpacman.com/free membership. Now, I'm going to say it again. It is singular, not plural. People write to me after the stream. They go, David, I went to davidpacman.com/free memberships, and then it said error. Please give me the membership. Here's my story of why I deserve a membership. It's singular. davidpacman.com/free membership. If you email in, the emails are ignored because we don't do free memberships by email. We don't do them by smoke signal. We don't do them by Telegram. davidpacman.com/free membership if you want one of the free ones. And actually, Kyoko from Tokyo just gifted 1 more. So that's all happening. Thanks also to Scuba Steve, Crimson Elric, Bert, Jonald Trump, which I actually have here.
President Donald J. Trump.
And Dustin D as well. That puts us at 88 and within striking distance of today's goal. Okay, a couple other super chats here. David, would you consider doing an internship program for young people interested in the political media world? We used to do an internship program. The reason it's been canceled is we're just too busy. I have too much work. I've got a baby running around. She actually doesn't walk, but it's metaphorically running around. We just can't do it. It's we're at the max. And so the internship program, with peace and love, no more intern applications, please, because we're totally full as far as that goes. Couple other voicemails here. Let's see what other thoughts people have about the town hall.
So
David, you reach a large audience. Donald Trump, as far as I'm concerned, at this point, is a convicted sex offender.
Well, as far as you're concerned, doesn't mean that it's real. Trump has not been convicted, and therefore he is not a sex offender. Okay? And so I get it. You consider him. He's not, though. And if I start going around saying Trump's a convicted sex offender, then I'm just lying to my audience.
Hi, David. Since Donald Trump has been found liable for a sexual assault, will he have to register as a sex offender?
No, he will not. See, this is, many people are asking this, but it is not the case. It is not the case. I can't do it. I can't lie to my audience. We must be accurate. We must be precise. We must be precise. Okay. Let me see what else we have here. Kyoko Awaya from Tokyo gifting 3 more free memberships. So make sure to grab those at davidpakman.com/free membership. Very important. Those are available. Okay. Let's see just very briefly what Newsmax is up to at this point in time. They are running some kind of patriotic ads, I guess. Is NBC covering the pending town hall? They are not. Okay. So if you're just joining us, Trump is getting a town hall tonight in New Hampshire. It will be hosted by Caitlin Collins, being a town hall event. The questions, I believe, will mostly be asked by people in the audience. Will there be, quote, tough questions? I think there will be initial questions that sound tough, and there will be very little follow-up, and Trump will more or less get away with not substantively addressing them. People saying, David, I thought CNN was cracking down on people streaming their content. That's exactly right. That's why we're going to the top of the hour. Then the stream will end. Everybody who wants to can watch the town hall live. I will then be covering it tomorrow in a condensed way, I guess is the way that we would describe it. So that's all happening, and it is happening very quickly and very powerfully and very strongly. I think it's going to be a nutty event. That's my sense right now. Okay. A lot of coverage on Twitter of this. Carrie Lake on being labeled far right. Let's see what this is about.
And here's one. They actually went after one of my favorite people, Congressman Paul Gosar, one of the greatest congressmen to walk the halls of Congress in our
radical extremist
great country. Paul Gosar to share stage with members of party founded by Nazis. This is insane stuff.
It's also true.
I'll get to the last one here. They called us ultra-conservative. You know what? I've been called worse. Here's one, and this one hits us. Carrie Lake and Paul Gosar to appear with far-right politicians. You know what? I'll take that. So far, we have been right about everything.
Yeah. Like, for example, that she won an election that she actually lost. Truly disgusting. Truly disgusting stuff. Let's see what else we have here. OJ weighs in on the Trump trial. That sounds interesting.
In his deposition that ended up leading to him losing this particular verdict. I also believe, and I got to admit, I do believe it's that very Hollywood Access tape is what's going to work in his.
It's funny how OJ weighs in on trials merely because he was charged with horrible crimes and convicted of some. So now he's like a legal expert. It's very interesting.
His favor in any appeals that he does, because it just didn't seem that should have been let in this case.
What?
I'm a guy that believes that you honor jury verdicts, even when you think they're wrong. I obviously thought a civil case I had in California was wrong.
Right. It found him liable for the death of his ex-wife.
I didn't even think they should have been able to have it. I totally disagree with the case, that criminal case I had here in Vegas. But, hey, you know, I do believe you have to respect a jury's verdict, and I did what I could.
All right. I mean, it's funny because if you actually say, like, what exactly are his credentials? It's that he's been charged with crimes, some of which he was found guilty of. Really weird stuff.
In 2 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then imagine a generation from now. That's what they want to do here. They want to make Texas a Democrat state. and you'll never see another Republican in the White House after that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Democrats want to make every state a Democrat state. Republicans want to make every state a Republican state.
I thought they had an app, Judge. Remember the app that Biden unveiled that was going to make everything orderly? You just had to make a reservation at the border and you'd get right in. Apparently that broke. And then what about all these deals we kept hearing that Joe was cutting with the Mexicans? There must have been 3 or 4 deals they said they cut. I don't think they ever had a deal. And what about the commitments Kamala had to hunker down things in Guatemala? Also, that never existed. I was stuck behind a bus of illegal immigrant families on my way to work today in Midtown for about 20 minutes.
Whoa.
I would like to make a request to Governor Abbott. He needs to start sending them to Chicago or Philly, somewhere where I don't live, because now it's starting to really affect me. And I had to get out of my town car and confront the bus driver. I said, how long is this going to take? I was speaking for the hundreds of cars that were behind me. You can't have this in Midtown Manhattan.
Wow, really a man of the people. He got out of his chauffeured town car and, whoops, sorry about that. And he really gave him a piece of his mind, which is just fascinating stuff. I would file that under when an entire JetBlue plane broke into tears because Eric Trump boarded. That's that I would say it's an equally believable story. Jacob asks, will the town hall only help Trump? I don't know. You know, we're going to analyze it for what it is once we see it. I don't know if it will help Trump or not. Getting arrested seems to have helped Trump. So we're going to evaluate it. Thanks to Bernie on a boat for the Twitch Prime subscription, putting us at 92. If you're just joining us, I implore you to grab yourself a membership at joinpacman.com. We actually proudly are primarily viewer funded because of the membership program. And we do this insane thing every single day called The Bonus Show.
Oh, The Bonus Show, where you want to make money. Everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
All true. Yeah, we make money on The Bonus Show. Alex Jones, as you just heard, absolutely hates it. I think it's a really great thing. And if you use the coupon code INDICTED or INDICATED, you'll get such an insane discount that I can't say it out loud. Let's listen to Juan, who just left us a voicemail. He leaves a lot of voicemails, I have to say.
Why do you think that pharmaceuticals don't want Medicare to negotiate drug prices?
So that they make more money.
Why do you think the FDA approves so many medications?
Well, I mean, why does it approve? It approves many medications because they pass the approval process. I don't know.
And what influences their decision? Well, number one, the pharmaceutical companies want to push their medications so that people can obviously manage their symptoms. And nothing else can help you resolve your issues, your health issues, right?
What?
The FDA members eventually end up working for the pharmaceutical companies. And
okay, listen, this is a response to the other day. Carrie Lake said to Piers Morgan, you can't even talk about big pharma. And Piers Morgan was like, I can talk about whatever I want. And that was basically, and I said, it is absolutely true that big pharma is for profit and wants to make money. And it's also true that there has been tons of critical reporting about big pharma and so on and so forth. I just don't even really totally get what the voicemail is about necessarily, but we welcome every voicemail as always. Thanks to Easy3 James for the Twitch Prime subscription. Let's listen a little bit to JP Mandel here.
Is we're trying to get the country back on track. I think that's what the president wants to do, and we should be very careful about letting a political debate be solved in the courts. I don't think the American people are going to fall
On a
for it.
very, very different issue, before I let you go, Senator, the rail safety bill that you introduced with some Democrats as well, it passed a big hurdle today in the Senate. Where is it heading? Tell our viewers why this is so important to you.
Well, if you go back to what happened in East Palestine, that terrible train crash, we just want to make things like this less likely and force the railroads
I really find J.D. Vance just deplorable. You know, I read his book, Hillbilly Elegy, and when I read the book, it was well before he launched this Senate campaign and eventually became a senator. And it was sort of like, okay, I'm guessing I would disagree with this guy on a lot of issues, but he actually seems sort of like a pretty okay guy and relatively morally upstanding and so on and so forth. If there were only more Republicans like him, we'd be much better off. And then, you know, it went where it went, as you now know, and I regret everything I ever thought about J.D. Vance, to be totally frank. Super chats keep coming in. Juan says, will Caitlin Collins be able to counter the misogyny to be able to get any hard-hitting questions in? Yeah, you know, Trump often doesn't like tough questions from female anchors, and he sometimes attacks them. Remember when he attacked Megyn Kelly during a primary debate in 2016 and said, what was it that he said? He said something like she had blood coming out of her wherever or something like that. People are telling me that our CNN feed is a little behind. I'll refresh it real quick, and that should get us back. We're going till the top of the hour. Remember, CNN will not allow us to cover this, so we're not going to get ourselves in trouble. Ian with a 20 Australian dollar super chat. I appreciate that. And big thank you to Gene Fisher. Gene just signed up on my website, joinpacman.com, using the coupon code INDICTED, which we absolutely love. A few other voicemails coming in.
So I just wanted to know, if I gift a membership and like I gift a year membership, then do I get charged every year for that gift membership?
No, gifted memberships, you're only making a one-time gift. If you gift a monthly membership, that person, whoever we give it to, because we have a list, they get 1 month and then they can continue it themselves or bail. And you bail automatically. I mean, you don't have to put in payment method. If you gift a year, the recipient gets a year, and then that's it, and then it's up to them to continue. So absolutely no concerns as far as that goes whatsoever. If you're just joining us, we are 9 minutes away from the start of the Trump Town Hall in New Hampshire. I would love to stream the entire thing. CNN already told us through our YouTube rep and our Twitch rep, don't stream this. We will shut you down. You will lose streaming privileges for it's either 30 or 90 days. I don't want that to happen. So we're going to go till the top of the hour, and then we will cover this tomorrow. Let's listen to a little bit of what's being discussed here.
These other candidates, declared and undeclared, are going to be coming through in these next few weeks, right? And meeting with voters there. So, and you know people who are in the room tonight who are attending.
They're texting me right now.
And they're texting you. All right, so what are they saying?
They're saying there's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and you know, listen, he's nothing but if not unpredictable, and that's part of the fun of Donald Trump, or the power, that unpredictability. And he is a fighter. He's going to throw punches, and you can't kind of put him in a box. That being said, I don't disagree, obviously, with what we just said. It is going to be, if he focuses on Joe Biden and the economy and the border and fentanyl and all the other things we all know about, the crime in our cities, that's...
They're still mispronouncing fentanyl. I don't know how they got to call it fentanyl. I have no idea. But many of them do it. Thanks to James Daniels for signing up at joinpacman.com. You were new member number 95 today, and I very, very much appreciate that. Let's listen to a couple more voicemails as we wait here for the start of the town hall. Let's see where we want to go to.
Yes, Mr. Pacman, Roxanne Summers again. I would like to know why it is called Donald Trump versus United States of America, because it's actually United States of America after him, suing him. It's the only place I've ever seen something like that.
All right. So Roxanne making a very, very powerful declaration there. The Eggman calling in.
Hey, Dave. What do you think generally is more a sign of mental illness? Being born in a body of a gender that you don't identify with, or believing a ghost, invisible man in the sky tells you what to do, and then you do everything that man says. I actually liked Tulsi the second I heard about her, like years ago. You said stuff about her. I was a little doubtful. Couple months, I figured out for myself she was a Russian agent. I did not even need Hillary Clinton to tell me that, but I figured it out. Why is being trans considered mentally unwell, but believing in God is not? That is insane to me. Shalom, brother.
All right. Shalom to the Eggman, who is just absolutely, absolutely shot out of a cannon. People weighing in on my interview, 3.5 hours with Lex Friedman. Let's listen.
Hey, David. I, like many of your listeners, just finished the Lex Friedman appearance that you were on, and I made it through the entire 3.5, 4-hour episode, and it was a good episode. It was pretty unbearable through most of it, mainly being because I'm not a big Lex Friedman fan, I guess. I just don't like the way he interviews and his
Okay. Trailed off there. Yeah, you know, what's interesting is if you look at the comments on YouTube on Lex Friedman's video where he interviews me, his viewers mostly hate me. I mean, the ones who chose to comment mostly hate me. And then I got a lot of emails from my viewers saying they don't really like Lex Friedman. You know, I think it was worth doing, very much so. And you can't argue about every single thing that's said. You know, you've got to kind of choose what you want to argue about. But, you know, I appreciate all the feedback. Here's a voicemail that just popped in.
Hi, David. This is Matt from Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher here in Indiana, and unfortunately the state is recently seems to be kind of going the way of Florida and some other hard right states. We passed our own version of a Don't Say Gay bill. We're talking about arming teachers. And I just wanted to kind of point out, you know, it seems funny. We have all these bills talking about how basically you can't trust teachers to teach the children. We got to monitor everything they do. We have to monitor curriculum. But then on the other hand, they're saying, let's arm the teachers. And it's just kind of...
I've made this point before. Let's give the teachers we don't even trust enough to pick books guns. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy at its face, but it's also crazy for that stunning contrast that exists. Big thank you to Jacob Burnside, Matthew Curran, and Lucy Punawai, who just all signed up on my website, joinpacman.com. All right, folks, we are 2 minutes away from the start of the town hall. We will end our stream here. Again, CNN will shut us down for copyright if we stream this. I don't want that to happen. I want to keep being able to post to YouTube and do Twitch live streams. So we're not going to cover the town hall live. We've been saying this for days. Let's all watch it together separately. I'll cover it tomorrow on the podcast and have a YouTube clip, okay? It's going to be bonkers. And we will see everybody very soon.